here on the side too. So
by riders for riders.
yeah, by riders for it's a great
So
powder coated black.
It's designed by Stephen, who rides the RCR.
Yeah. So Steven is welding these things up for us. We're gonna have a limited initial supply, so you want to get your orders in as soon as these go live. I'm sure they'll go off the shelves because there's a lot of people who want a rear rack that don't have it.
Yeah, I might just take.
And this is like the ultimate rear rack. This
Right.
one's super customizable, fits all your bikes, so it's good. Yeah.
The day that gets released, people are going to be sitting in front of their computer. A lot of people want that rack.
That is my LZR.
Oh.
The question is, will it fit the LZR?
I think we can make it fit the LZ.
It'll fit the CTY and the RCR. Yeah. Both, all CTYs, all RCRs. To be clear. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let me ask. This is kind of a fun question. If you had an unlimited budget, what would you build?
That's
a
crazy.
great question. It's a crazy question.
I mean, you too, actually.
It's a crazy question.
Yeah.
You know, you're asking for trouble, man.
Unlimited budget? What
Yeah.
would I build?
Jesus.
Like, what's the dream thing? Like,
I don't know, dude. I would just build a bunch of bikes for everybody and just give them to everybody. Just let everybody ride
free bikes for everyone.
Yeah, just free bikes for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's unlimited budget, I mean,
Right.
everybody's just gonna, like, why would I even think about selling it? I'd just be like, give everybody a bike.
Right.
Dude, there
Yeah.
were points where I thought that's what this guy was trying to do. For real. Yeah. Yeah. At first, you don't hear it, and then you get to know him, and you're like, oh, he's not kidding. He wants to like save the world with bikes. You know?
Bikes are pretty
Yeah.
fun. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
they are.
skateboarding with brakes and handlebars. I mean,
Right.
you know.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
you sit more like you're skiing, but
Yeah.
you know.
If you haven't gotten the pleasure of getting to know Tim, when he's joking around, he's probably not joking around.
Yeah.
There's some reference of that, something. Do you want a free bike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, isn't there a free bike this coming Friday?
Oh yeah, there's a free. Yeah, we're giving away a free bike. Yeah, so there's
So-
sort of like not unlimited budget, but it's like a fraction of an unlimited
Yeah, what's going on
budget
Friday?
party.
It's true.
Yeah, what's the
Yeah,
event on?
so there's a party happening at ONYX HQ. There's some cool giveaways, raffle. I hear there's a raging bull or a riding bull. You know, what do you call it? Mechanical bull. Yeah. Raging bull. Yeah. There's arcades. There's gonna be some cool announcements. So you don't want to miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't go Friday.
What?
What?
Where can I try it out past Friday?
Oh, and there's Electrify Expo too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's this weekend.
Yeah, so you want to check us out. I mean, the very next day we're going to be at Electrify Expo.
Whatever gets announced on Friday, you can see that announcement at Electrify Expo.
Ah,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. It's an open invitation to Electrify Expo. So
Yeah.
they're Saturday and Sunday, so that's awesome.
So John, I know you're always trying to make your bike faster or more powerful or this or.
I've actually already I've done that plenty of that. I think these days I definitely, in New York, I get to inspire a lot of things, and one of them is like getting these guys to ask each other what's important. Like, what do you want to do? What's on your mind, kind of a thing. And like I said, the majority of the bikes are stock. We've done really well with the speed, and there's just a lot of personalizing. You know, people are big into personalizing the bike.
Yeah.
So I would honestly, if no one's really asking this, but the most popular thing about an ONYX is the personalizing of the bike.
Yeah.
Speed is
Okay.
like fifth place. You know, I'm
Okay,
just a
well,
guy.
let's order. So first place is personalization.
Well, I mean, for me and you, speed is first place. I know that about us, right? So,
Yeah.
but that's why I like to be that guy that does the speed, because I want to make sure people don't get hurt if they're going to go do those crazy things to the bike.
Right.
You know, cool stuff like
So
bigger
do you
motors.
have any John Angel secrets coming that you can reveal?
I was gonna reveal a new mode, but I decided that what's happening this ONYX week, and this should be called ONYX week next
This is
year, by the
ONYX
way.
week.
It is ONYX week. It's like Shark Week, right? Two sharks right here. I've been circled a couple of times, you know. But no, it can wait. I think what's going on this Friday is super, super important.
Okay.
And I think the other things I was planning on talking about and releasing, no, trust me, we should check
Oh,
out what's going
man.
on Friday.
So
And I had some
we
pretty
can't,
awesome
can't
stuff.
leak
you know?
anything while we're on this.
No,
Damn.
no, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Well,
Interesting. I'll point this out about my blog. You know, like I've looked at Ducatis, Yamahas, tons of other bikes, and I realized at one point that I wrote so much about one bike that I've never seen anything else like that.
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm not even halfway through this blog. Like, what have I done? You know, like, wow, it must really get cold and boring in New York in the winters. And it's a lot about one bike. I've been talking about the same bike for years.
That's true.
Yeah, which is wild, you know, it just pours out.
Okay, so questions. Let's open up for questions. I think we can wrap soon.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Let me check real quick.
Oh yeah, let's get the questions
Yeah,
on.
see if online they.
Does anybody who's watching have any questions? Type them in.
It's okay if you don't, because we want to go riding. We're gonna go ride after this.
I'm gonna
I have
ask-
like the best view of a bunch of RCRs lined up, looking super pretty. That's a shot. I hope somebody brought a nice camera.
Where do you want ONYX to go next? Like who do you want to see riding an ONYX that isn't riding yet?
Who do I want to see riding ONYX isn't right yet? I want to see. My grandma. I mean, to be honest, like, there's all these gas-powered moped riders out there that are they're pretty stubborn. It's kind of funny though because like they're stubborn about, in my opinion, like little weed whacker bikes. They're fun, and they're fun to mod. They're fun to mod, and you can make them go sort of fast. But like they're so weirdly obsessed with them, and to the point where they are just like me when I was against skateboarding, right? And against electric skateboards, and not realizing like it's actually another cool alternative. You don't have to give up gas entirely just because you ride an electric moped. But there is this one guy named Cornped, and he's actually a really dope gas-powered builder. I mean, a lot of the stuff that he did is so epic. And then his name's Maze, if you guys know him, he makes some custom seats for ONYX, and they're beautiful seats.
Yeah.
He's from the moped community, and I learned a lot from him from a gas-powered standpoint, and he is building some of the coolest electric motorbikes that I've seen just for himself, right? Because he's realized, and he's not so like stubborn to just be stuck in his own ways. He's realized like, hey, there's this other thing that I can also play around with and have fun with. And I just want to see more of that community open up. So I've been trolling them and prodding them online. Like there's this one, they had a ride where it was essentially like, something like, the misfortune ride or the misfortune rally. And I was just kind of like saying like, well, you guys didn't really, your misfortune is that you guys are just stuck riding gas bikes and you're not riding electric mopeds. And they get super pissed off. But it's funny because eventually they'll come around. The more that people prod them to say, hey, why don't you try this? Because right now, I think for me, seeing that community experience something different would be really cool. I guess it goes without saying that they're a small community, but there's also like a much larger community in the United States that is very against electric. And I guess if I can convince the moped community, maybe I can convince the larger community of people to change their mind and be a little bit more open. Yeah. Through mopeds.
Oh, what's that highway that gets jammed up here in LA? 301. Is that the 405? you imagine that 405 just jammed up with Onyxes? You know, like that could happen. Enjoy it. You know, enjoy it while it lasts before it becomes that way. That's wild.
I have a question. Do you see a future where ONYX can go beyond two-wheel PEVs?
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, it requires a company really transforming and evolving, right? I know James had some big ambitions. He wanted to make like an ONYX yacht. I don't really have the same ambitions to do that, but I mean,
That's a lot of
like,
batteries to.
yeah, right. But I mean, you can do it. It's just you gotta start and really. I don't know. I guess the best way to say it is I think ONYX still has a lot of potential to really expand just within the two wheels, but then beyond that, I think we could go into other products or other lifestyle goods. Yeah.
Onyx lamp,
Yeah.
Onyx speaker, you know.
Right. So yeah.
There's an ONYX speaker? Oh, but is it another company called ONYX?
Right.
Yeah, you know, I think that's actually been another interesting thing where I mentioned this to Tim too once. Is that ONYX has always been uniquely positioned to own their own aftermarket. You know, a lot of people lose control of that, so it's cool to start seeing more accessories like this, just like the rack come out, and there's more stuff that's going to get announced as well.
But I would say that actually just to think about it though, like the thing that's really cool about two wheels though, is I really like exploring. And I know like you sent me a photo recently where we went, up into the mountains of Big Bear, right? And we went on this really long trail, just me and you, just exploring. And it's hard to say like that you could do that with really anything else, right? I mean, maybe you could do it with on the trail that we were on, you could probably do it with a four-wheel drive truck. But the fact that you can take a two-wheeled vehicle off the trail of a four-wheel truck trail and go in like smaller single track trails and really just get farther out than you normally would on just like hiking. I think that's what makes at least two wheels kind of feel like this moon rover of a vehicle that you can go anywhere. So I don't know, that's why I really like two-wheel vehicles, because I can just get so far away. And I've recently found some really cool places that I want to take you guys to by my house, where there's literally like oil rigs in the mountains on fire, and we can ride around them.
Damn.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. So we gotta do that. Yeah, we
Oh,
gotta get
yeah.
that footage. I know we're all gonna be like, hey, let's just check these flames out. But we got some bombs going off behind us.
Yeah.
We're actually not filming in LA. You
Speak-
can try to guess
yeah.
where we're at. And why is it got to be wheels? I swear to God, we were promised a flying future. I saw an ONYX flying saucer or something. It's, you know.
Any more questions?
So Dylan asked, what do they think will take ONYX to the next level?
Oh, we're taking ONYX to the next level. Interesting. So, I mean, there's definitely a product can take you to the next level. You just got to do it right. There's
Celebrating ONYX, yeah.
Yeah, so we got some fireworks going off, next level fireworks, I guess, in the background over here. So if you can hear us. But in my opinion, to get to the next step, it's going to be some pretty interesting products. But I think also too, just like growing our community is one of the biggest things that we can do to bring ONYX to the next level. And really just harboring the community, because I think there's so many of these like white label brands that if you don't know what that is, that's products that people buy on Alibaba, and then they go on Photoshop and make a couple stickers and slap them on the side of the bike, and they call them like X brand, and they sell them to you, and with very little support and no community, and then they disappear. So for ONYX, I mean, obviously we're not doing that. We actually, we're very design driven and we're very passionate about everything that we do at ONYX. Everybody everybody around us is very creative. And I think that that's what we're here to harbor. So for us, building the community and building everyone to be, a part of the community is one of the big things to bring us to the next level for sure.
Yeah, for a lot of us, that's like hearing somebody talk about it is different because it's just like what a lot of us are doing. It's like pointing out kind of the obvious, but for people on the outside that aren't familiar with it, that don't own an ONYX or thinking about getting one, yeah, that's what you have in store. Like, there's just a lot of amazing people and growing the community as well too. I mean, the level of authenticity is nuts. So it's cool. You really get to be yourself. I mean, it's just great to see so many new people come on and getting to know them and what they think and what maybe inspired them. Like, I got to hear Henry's story of how he started out with ONYX as well too. So.
Yeah, I just actually wanted a bike that I can ride around with my wife riding the back and strong enough to pull the both of us.
It can definitely do that.
I don't know, I was like, it can do a lot more than that actually.
So, do we know what the fireworks are next door?
Oh, it is?
Is it like somebody's birthday?
I'm just hoping it's not like,
It's LA and it's about to be 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still getting to know Los Angeles. So
Yeah.
now I understand this is a normal Tuesday for you guys, Wednesday. Yeah.
so actually want to ask one more thing.
One last question?
Yeah, pretty
Go for
much.
it. Go for it.
So, are there any stories that we need to hear that no one has heard before?
I think.
Something.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. I think we need another Fireside chat or a documentary. I think other people should get turns to come up here and tell their stories. I'll tell you, definitely reasoning is a great tool, but with ONYX, for us getting to know these things and getting acclimated, getting used to it, understanding it, definitely reason went out the door at one point, a couple of times. It's an experience. My point is that the stories are an experience. It's definitely worthy. I think for a lot of people, they've come around to realize, one of the prizes about the ONYX is the people are worth it.
Yeah.
Getting to know them. The personalities, the spectrum is so large. Like,
I find it to be a lot of creatives in the community.
I think I was actually one of the very challenged people.
It's very nerdy
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's definitely nerdy. I was one of the people that was definitely challenged trying to fit in and understand and listen, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I crossed that point where it just all worked better. Because it's cool. It's been I think I have a lot of my own personal stories where I've stuck around and participated in a lot of this stuff.
ChatGPT actually said, called ONYX to be a bad boy brand. Is that true?
Is it? Is that true? I don't know if that was a part of the plan.
I mean, I don't know how I got that.
I don't know. I think it's not really a story, but I think maybe eventually I might come up with a challenge and there'll be like a really cool prize at the end of it, where if you can find all of the hidden Easter eggs from the beginning of ONYX till present day, maybe we'll have like some sort of giveaway. But we have like a pretty funny new Easter egg that just happened by accident that's going to be updated soon.
Yeah.
Is the best way I can say it. And
A lot of Easter eggs.
some people have seen it, but you kind of almost gotta like, those 3D posters where you gotta squint your eyes. Yeah, that's the best way I can say that you'll see this Easter egg. So you kind of almost gotta go cross-eyed, and then you'll see it. So.
For everyone who doesn't know, Tim makes most of the actual content from ONYX as well.
Yeah, I do a lot of the content, but we also work with a lot of people and a lot of creative people. And what I always try to do is throw in some sort of Easter egg that maybe speaks to something in the past that a lot of people either like grew up with or loved when they were a kid, and we just throw that in there as a little you know, a little nod to that time
Yeah.
to kind of give you that feeling.
Yeah.
But there's also other Easter eggs that you'll just find that are just kind of funny, and they're just in there for no apparent reason, and we don't edit them out like some companies would.
Yeah,
We just leave them. Yeah.
because it's a bad boy motorbike.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright, so-
any more questions? I think. Is the pizza gone?
The dogs ate it. All right.
So are we gonna ride downtown?
Wow.
Are we gonna do a drag race?
Yeah, we can go right. I think we should go right downtown. I'm good. I slept real good. I wanted to ride last night, but I was too tired.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you to everyone online as well too, and everybody whose feet got cut. That wire back there looks like somebody cut it, but that was awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Henry.
Thank you.
What?